Welcome to Inside Leverage.
We back,
baby. What's going on, everybody?
What are you talking about, sir?
Yes, sir.
How we feeling today?
Oh, man, stressed but blessed. You feel what I'm saying? You know, it's a Tuesday. You got all the Tuesday drama, Tuesday work day, Tuesday activities, but we are here. Football's back. Tua's back. Mostert's back. Everybody's back. Let's go. What about you? How you feeling?
Hey man, I'm up. I heard Tua's back. I thought he wasn't gonna report. I thought he was gonna be a distraction. Is that
Well, I'm glad you asked because according to a couple reports, everybody, Barry, Cam Wolf, all the beat writers, it looks like Tua came back, practiced. I don't think they did anything crazy today. It was conditioning specific, but he was out there I think full participant if I'm correct. But full participant.
No shortcuts.
No shortcuts, it seems, right? Exactly.
Yo, so, man, don't mind me not being on camera right now. I'm kind of shirtless right now, and
it's okay. I got my hair cut. The folks there online can look at my beauty and my hat and see that.
I apologize to the fans. I got a special shirt for today's episode, so I'm over here. I'm over here looking for it. I had to reset this whole closet and stuff like that. But yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna pull up on my shirt.
Yeah, man. So I mean, listen, it's gonna be some exciting things happening from this point forward. This is where the journey now begins. Training camp has officially it started last week with the rookies, but now we got the big guys that are coming in this week. Yeah, it's go time. So
it's go time.
Veterans mini training camp is today, and it starts today till the 28th, and that's when everybody reports in for our all together training camp for our journey to the Super Bowl. So
hey, listen,
I don't know
even we report on them days. They come back.
Exactly. And like Cap said, football is back. Yes, shout out to Cap. What's going on, Cap? I haven't seen you in a little minute. Hope everything is good with you. Yes, sir. Football is definitely bike. Definitely bike. But we got some exciting we have someone here with us. Let me see if I can add her on the stage. There we go.
Hey.
Hello. How are you doing?
How's everybody?
Awesome. Good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I like to introduce. Tuesdays are always stressful. It's just a lot of stressful things. But what gave me solace, what gave me reason to live, is the Dolphins are finally starting. The football is back. So,
oh my God, so happy.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we present Lisa, one of our biggest fans on the Dolphins Nation, Dolphins Twitter. Lisa, what is your Twitter at? So everybody who hasn't followed you can follow you.
Fanatic 1972 with the FINATIC 1972.
You can tell she's one of the old. You can tell she's one of the old school fans that she put the F, the PHI.
Yeah,
because it's a fin, but don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, French is here.
French, finally, French is. This is French. The drama, the dramatic came in late. One of the showcases.
Here we
French,
go.
are you there?
Wait, Lisa, I'm gonna go ahead
Has
and
to make
apologize.
entrance.
I'm gonna apologize in advance for him. He's a little bit off the wheels, off the rails, so just bear with us, please. He means well. He has a really good heart.
It's all good.
I'm not gonna, Lisa. Thank you so much for your time. I'm not gonna yield to the conversation of the group just yet. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
I mean, we already
Awesome.
welcome
Thank
her
you so
friends.
much for having me on.
Go ahead, man. Let's get to it, man. Let's ask these pulverizing questions we got for Jessica. Let's see maybe if we did our homework. We got our homework together. Go ahead, mechanic.
I want to make sure. Can you guys hear me clearly? I sound far away. I'm having some mic issues.
Brother, we know you got new all that. We get it. It's okay. It's okay.
Are you sure? I just want to make sure you see and hear me, so I have to stay in close with the mic. Don't mind me, Lisa. I just got a haircut literally today. I was looking rough. They judged me yesterday, so I had to get a haircut. I do apologize if I'm shining at beauty and elegance in your face. I do
this is what we're doing.
But
this is what we're doing.
So my first question
thank you.
And I got to apologize.
Okay, so let's get to
the bike a little bit ago.
Listen, this is your show,
okay.
Lisa. We're here for you. This is your show. You don't have to.
Yes, we are here for you. Yes. So a question. My first question is, to get to know you a little more better. How did you become a Dolphins fan?
My parents were diehard Dolphins fans. They had season tickets. I believe they got season tickets in 1970. Had them for about 10 years. They had 2 tickets. I have a brother and a sister, Scott and Amy. So during that time, sometimes they got extra tickets. Well, actually, probably starting in the late 70s, we started going to at least 4 or 5 games a year. But my parents were diehards. I mean, diehards. Like my dad, back then you would have to camp out to get playoff tickets. We would my dad would camp out. He would go to the airport, wait for the team to come back. So it's like in my blood, it's in my DNA. And as time went on, they got rid of their season tickets and we would go to like 4 or 5 games a year. Plus we were always in the playoffs. So we would go to the playoffs and have parties, watch every game on TV, made a huge deal about it. Like when I was little, I think the first memory, and you can stop me if I rattle on too much.
Don't worry about it.
You're telling it.
So one of the first memories I have is being a tiny little thing, Super Bowl VI, when we played the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. We had a gigantic party. I remember the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles. And I remember sitting in front of the TV in the family room like this, just like entranced in the game, not really paying attention to the family. And in my mind, even at that little, young age, I remember, oh my God, I love this. This is something that I'm going to love forever in my mind. And it just escalated every single year. I mean, for me, there's no better medicine than Dolphins football and the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. I mean, the two, I love football. I love it. Like when I was little, back then, I'm aging myself, but I don't care. Back then, they didn't have the stats. You can hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So back then, they didn't have the stats constantly running on. Okay, cool. So back then, they didn't have the stats constantly running on the screen like they do now. So the night before the game, my dad would give me like a pad and I would write like the players, like I would have Bob Greasy, Mercury Morris, Larry Zonka, Paul Warfield, Nick Bonacani on the defense, Manny Fernandez, and etc. And I would keep their stats. So like if my parents asked me how many yards does Mercury Morris have, I would say he's had 5 carries for 42 yards or whatever, or Bob Greasy's 8 out of 10. And, you know, it was positive reinforcement, blessings from my parents. I mean, who I adore, I love so much. And even though they're not physically here on this earth, I feel like they're always with me. Like when I'm watching the games and, you know, that's one of the greatest gifts. I mean, they gave me so many gifts, but one of the greatest was love of football. I mean, just love it, and the passion and being loyal, and, you know, just all the memories that we have as a family going to the games, like incredible games at in 82, I think it was, San Diego Chargers and us in the playoffs, and my brother and I, just the two of us, went to that game. One of the greatest games that I ever saw, even though we lost, but just so many wonderful, amazing memories. Just
what was that, a home game?
Yeah, that was a home game, 82 in the Orange Bowl. In the first half, we were down by quite a bit. And right before the half, we scored a touchdown on this. Go back and look at it, on this unbelievable play. And we came all the way back. I think the game went into we lost in overtime, but still, there was missed field goals at the end, but it was a tremendous game.
Wasn't that the Kellen Winslow game?
Yes, yeah.
I remember.
We're now our players like that.
Well, yeah. That was actually one of my questions I was going to ask you, Lise. What was one of your greatest Orange Bowl stories from, like, maybe we can get a win, one of the greatest stories you remember from, like, maybe the OB?
That's crazy. This is a sabotage of questions. Good.
Like, so many people ask me, like, what's your greatest memory? But for me, I will have to say it's just a lifetime of it. It's just like, I really can't pick out one. It's just a lifetime of so many amazing memories that just all come together. Like it's such a beautiful thing. Just the family being together, watching the Dolphins. Back then, they would have family day at the Orange Bowl, going there and talking to Don Shula and, you know, meeting Dan Marino, just so many things like that back in the day. And then carrying on over here to Hard Rock Stadium. Just so many amazing memories.
Can we
I remember
Joe Robbie?
You can call it whatever. Hard Rock, just it sounds good, but yeah, Joe Robbie, whatever you want to call it. One game.
I remember the last.
There was one game where the Marlins were in the playoffs, and so we were watching the Marlins on, you know, tailgating, watching the Marlins win, and then going into to watch the Dolphins. That was awesome. But the last when we played the Colts in the playoffs I think it was like the end of December 2000, the last time we won. We had it was my parents and me. We went to the game, and there were Colts fans everywhere. And you know, they were up. We won it. We came back and won the game, but those Colts fans were like giving us a hard time, and they're like, "You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose." And I was like, "No, we're gonna win. Watch, we're gonna come back and win. We're gonna come back and win." And they looked at me like I was nuts. I'm the ultimate optimist. My brother tells me I'm too optimistic, and but that's just the way I am. So we did come back and win that game, but I told my parents, move down, let's move down away from all this negative energy. And it was weird because as soon as we did that, we just started coming back and coming back and coming back and ultimately won. The next week we lost. Lamar Smith was worn out, but it was amazing. Awesome.
Now that we have you here, we're going back to memory lane. Which one is your favorite season as a Dolphin fan?
I have to say, always whatever the last season was is going to be my favorite season because it's the freshest. Last year was amazing. It was fun. I mean, yeah, we won the Super Bowl, but I was really so little, so I can't really remember that. 2008 was awesome with the Wildcat. 2016, where we came back on, I think it was Christmas Eve, and we beat the Bills. That was awesome. And then last year was so fun. We had ultimately too many injuries. We had to overcome too many injuries, but I had a blast. And whether we're 0-17 or we're 20-0 and we win the Super Bowl, my love for the team, my loyalty, it doesn't waver. I always, I think we were like 1-7 or something like that a few years ago. And I always expect to win. Like every single game that we play, I expect to win every single game.
Agreed. And like you, I am an optimism. I always feel every year 17-0 every year for me. So I'm there with you. Now, speaking of past season, now heading to this season, we're here finally here in training camp. What are your expectations heading to training camp? So the veterans are this week and then everybody's next week. So what are your expectations heading to training camp?
I'm really excited about training camp. I'll be there Sunday. I'm really curious to see year 3 with Mike McDaniel, how it's going to work with the tight ends. So I'm excited to see them work and how he's going to implement them into the offense. That's going to be really interesting. I think it's just going to, be one more thing that the defenses are going to have to stop, which is going to be really difficult. Hopefully the offensive line will hold up. Armstead will be healthy. Happy birthday, Teron Armstead.
Happy birthday.
Today.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And Austin Jackson, I'm so proud of Austin Jackson. People don't know this, but a couple years ago, we were at training camp and I was like, damn, you look chiseled. This was the not last season, but the season before. And he was just grinning. And he would have had that breakout season the year before if he didn't get injured. But I'm so happy for him.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
it just shows you. It shows you how important coaching is. If players, I'm sure you guys are athletes. Everyone doesn't react the same way to how they're coached. But in this day and age, that Mike McDaniel, he's the coach that other teams are gonna start modeling, because this guy is he's on a different level. I was so fortunate to be able to spend some time talking to him, and it's just like how I'm talking to you guys right now. That guy is so down to earth. Same with Tua. Spent time with him, talking to him. These players, Javon Holland, all these guys. These are awesome guys. And for me, it's like you asked me what I expect from training camp, and for me, I want to win. I want to win the Super Bowl. Oh my God. I'll be like this. I don't think I'll be able to talk. I'll be so excited. I'll be like, I'll be shaking. I don't know what I'll do, but I just love this team so much. Every year it intensifies. I don't sleep the night before, just like before a game, but just like, counting the days down to where we can start going to training camp, which is Sunday. I just can't wait to get out there, see the offense family, watching guys on the field, seeing how our injured players, what they have them doing, just how hard they work, starting from in April, or I think it's in April, or whenever the mini camps are, and then the OTAs.
Well, let me ask you
But
this.
they just put so much time and effort.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. Since you say you're the eternal optimist, I'm usually, they say, drinking the Kool-Aid, a little crazy on the numbers.
Yeah.
I get bold predictions on Tua and what the offense can do. I don't want to take credit for the 70-point game last season, but I kind of hinting towards it.
Here we go.
Let's just call it spade a spade. But what I will say, what would you say your prediction is on Tua's touchdown passes this season? I said he was going to throw 40 to 50 touchdowns. What range do you feel comfortable giving of what you do in this explosive, dynamic offense that's going to take us to the Super Bowl?
Jesus Christ.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I love it.
Let's go, Lisa.
You're
Let's go.
You're such a thief.
Let's go get the fight.
Love
You're
it.
a thief, French. You're a thief. Lisa, I apologize. I'm super
Okay, let's
ecstatic.
see.
But this guy, French, is a thief. You're not getting.
So you said 50? You said 40 to 50?
Touchdowns this season.
I will say, I'll say 38. Because I think we're going to get a lot of we're going to have a lot of rushing touchdowns.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, we're going to I say that's the bottom, 38.
Okay.
And the interceptions,
5.
maybe 10 or 11.
No,
Those are going to be down.
We're going to call it.
I agree, Lisa.
Call it the 5.
5 is tough. That's tough. That's tough, French. 5. I agree with Lisa. Like a 10, 11, maybe in that 14 the most range. I agree.
That's too many interceptions. 5.
Yeah.
5?
He was on a crazy.
Let's not Tua throw 5 interceptions this season. We gonna come back and be like, I was with Lisa, and me and Lisa said,
yeah, bro. You remember he was in a crazy role, and then he had 4 picks in the game. We'll push it up. He would end up with like 7 or 9 picks.
Yeah, Tua's good. He doesn't really. Those interceptions come when like.
You get him off, you get him off. You got him off our platform and stuff like that. But he's worked on that, so you know what I mean. I gotta ask my questions before French steals on my like it's like I don't even know why we have pre-show meetings. It's insane. I saw your picture where with Jaden Phillips. What is your favorite? Your favorite? You know, Jalen Phillips stand up one time. What is your favorite? Favorite Jalen Phillips play as a Dolphin?
Favorite Jalen Phillips play
as a Dolphin? Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah, your favorite play as a Dolphin for Jalen Phillips.
God, there's so many. There's just so many. Probably the interception he had last year. But I mean, just the relentless the relentless pursuit of the quarterback. Like, he was so close so many times. He could have had like 20 sacks. He was just like a millisecond away on so many. That guy is unbelievable. You know, his work ethic, his commitment to the community, his commitment to his rehab. The guy, I'm also a diehard Miami Hurricanes fan. So when he got drafted, I've told him when he got drafted, I was like, oh my God, I I'm a diehard Canes. You were my favorite player on the Hurricanes, and now you're here. Oh my God, that guy. His first year here, I'll tell you a little story. That was the COVID year. After practice at training camp, the fans, they wanted to, get pictures with him and whatever, and the staff was telling them to back up, and he's like, they have been out here for 3 hours sweating, and the least thing I can do is show them some love. So, the guy is just, that's why he got the Walter Payton Man of the Year a couple of years ago. The guy is awesome on and off the field. I have nothing but love for that guy. And I don't know if you see my post, but I see the day after his surgery, when he started,
I want a shirt for you. I know you love him. So
I love it. I love that. I love it. So that guy, I mean, it touched all our hearts, watching that on Hard Knocks, seeing it, feeling like, we were living through it. Everybody already loved the guy, loves him. So when we saw that, we were all devastated. So, I mean, I was literally crying like a baby when he went down. I was devastated, as I'm sure countless thousands or whatever people were just the same. And so I just wanted to show him that we all support him. And believe it or not, he told me that it means so much to him to show all the love from our community to him and how much he appreciates it. These players see, that it means something to them for the fans to have their backs. And if you're in the NFL, you don't suck. I'm sorry, but you can ball. So you will never hear me say any player sucks. I don't care if you're, the Patrick Mahomes or someone on the practice squad. These guys work so hard. This is their dream. They've achieved it. They're in the NFL. These guys are unbelievable athletes.
Right. So then, Lisa, let me ask you this. What is a position, if Ross was to give you a blank check and says, I just need two things from you: the amount that you want for 4 years, and what position would you want to play? So what would you want to play? Because you say that the players, they're in the NFL and they're good, So what position would you play in the NFL?
I would play wide receiver. Me personally,
I knew it.
Wide receiver.
I knew it.
Wide receiver. Yeah. It's funny that you asked that question, because I played basketball through college at a small school, but when I was playing in high school, the JV coach one day I was playing. He was the JV. I played varsity, but the JV coach, he was the head coach of the football team. And so one day after practice, we were just playing catch from one baseline to the other. And he's like, if girls could play football, you would be on my team. And I was like, oh my God. So, I mean, in the neighborhood, we used to play like That's what we did back in the day. You know, we came home, we did our homework, and we went outside. If it was basketball season, basketball, football, football, whatever. But yeah, I would play wide receiver. What about you?
Inside receiver, outside.
Man,
Slot
Outside.
receiver or boundary.
I don't
Yeah,
want to be.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't want to be getting killed.
when I was young, when I was younger, I would tell you quarterback or wide receiver. But honestly, I want to play defensive end. I want to hit the quarterback. I want to put fear in the quarterback eyes. I love that.
Trenches.
Yeah.
Lisa, Lisa, I have a question for you. When we talk about Dolphin linebackers, who comes to mind? When you talk about linebackers.
Zach Thomas. Unbelievable. I mean, the guy is like all day. I mean, who else? The guy underestimated his whole entire career, and look at him. And I'm getting goosebumps. I have goosebumps in the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You know who else is a guy like that doesn't really get much praise because they don't know, most folks don't know of him, Bonacani from the 72 team. I watched the old school YouTube excerpt about the old school Dolphin team, and it was kind of even Shula in that excerpt talking about when he came to the Dolphins, people didn't really believe in him as a head coach. It wasn't until he won till people really found to give him that really credit. And you start talking about Bonacani in there, he was just saying he was a guy almost like Zach Thomas who I'm not going to say average guys because you're not average if you're in the NFL, but just not an extraordinary talent, but the guy did his job and he did it at such a high level. So Zach is that guy, but I often hear about and kind of did my own research about Bonacani. He's another guy too. But those guys, like we've had some great linebackers. What was Sayal? We got Sayal. We had Sayal during the.
I'm not taking credit for Junior Sayal, man. He wasn't at homegrown, man. You got to go with Marlon
wasn't
Greenwood.
homegrown, but
you got to go with like you know what I mean. You know, come on, man. I'm not giving you Junior Sayal. You got to go with the guys that we raised out here, like Pops.
Yeah, I could go Crowder and Bonacani, but that was a great.
Call me seeing them. Gink that left. You don't give me Junior Sayal.
Yeah.
Shout out Kiko Alonso, right, Lise?
Kiko.
Hey, Kiko Alonso played linebacker.
Kiko was a Buffalo.
Was really good.
He was a Buffalo Bill and a Saint.
He was a Buffalo Bill thoroughbred. I don't know, Lisa.
What? And Brian Cox. What about Brian Cox?
There we go. Yes, we forgot about him.
Yeah, you going Junior Sayal. You know what? Yeah. I honestly, he said he's about French. He calls himself the leader of the linebacking corps. He doesn't know his own linebacking people. It's crazy. It's not
his linebacker.
Here we go. We just stop it. We're having a great show with Lisa. You want to make this show about you and the linebackers. Mechanic, would you go ahead and if you have another great question for Lisa, please, we get to know more about Lisa and less about French, please. Thank you.
Of course, Lisa. Thank you again for joining us. Do you have time for one more round of questions with us?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, perfect. Now, year 3 under Mike McDaniel, we've seen the progression. We've seen where he started. First year took us to the playoffs. Second year took us to the playoffs. Even though we've lost, we do see a winning atmosphere or winning record so far. In year 3, like what most people say, that's when the offense and the team in its entirety kind of takes that next step. So what are your overall thoughts on Mike McDaniel from where he started the first year up until now? And even how do you feel about the offseason so far?
It's good. The only thing I would change is to get Tua signed because I don't know how you guys feel about Tua, but Tua has gotten better every year. All the chips were stacked against him when he got injured in Alabama with the hip. Then he had to deal with our other coach, and he just rises above and gets better and better. And I expect, I just want them to sign him, because when you talk about a player and you love the team, the organization is saying how much they love Tua, how much they believe in Tua. He's going to lead us to a Super Bowl. Well, now I want them to sign him. What is a fair deal? I'm not an expert in contracts, so I couldn't tell you, but I hope they compromise and I hope they get him signed as soon as possible. But your question, what do I think about the Mike McDaniel? I think he's getting better every year. I fully expect us to go deep in the playoffs. He's learned a lot. The guy is so smart. I remember during Radio Row at the Super Bowl in this past February, Dan Marino, they were interviewing Dan Marino, and he said that the fans don't realize how complicated the offense is, and he fully expects year 3 to just be on a different level, because now they know the offense, they comprehend it. The defense, well, the offense is going to have to carry us for the first few weeks, and I sky's the limit, really. And these guys, what Mike McDaniel has done, he's brought these guys, like they're like brothers. And yeah, Fangio was good with X's and O's, but he didn't know how to relate to these players. Mike McDaniel, totally relatable. Vic Fangio, not so much. Yeah, he's a good coach, but when you don't respect your coach, you're not gonna. It's different, Like Mike McDaniel, they want to run through a wall for this guy. So I expect to go deep in the playoffs and to have a great season. Hopefully we'll stay healthy, and we'll be cheering them on every step of the way.
All right, I got a question for you, Lisa. So you mentioned earlier that you basically your season to season. I like to we call it blind side for certain players. Like I have a blind spot for Jaden Phillips, and my newest batch is Austin Jackson. Like these guys that have a lot of talent, and some to certain perspective they haven't performed when you expect out of them. So my question is, who's the guy on the roster right now, somebody that we probably have written off or he's gotten injured, that you would love to see succeed this season?
I'm going to tell you, that's great. I'm going to tell you right now who's going to make a difference. I think is Emmanuel. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You said Emmanuel Ogba?
Okay.
You said Emmanuel Ogba.
Yeah, because I lost you guys, but yeah, we signed Emmanuel Ogba back today, and I think he has a lot to prove. He's only 30. I think he turns 31 at the end of the year, and I think he can help get us through this little rough patch with our, Chubb and Phillips being out. But I'm not counting Phillips out just yet. I just hope that if he's ready to go, let him play. If he's not ready to go, take it slow, do whatever you have to do. But I expect big things, and I wish I wish Van Ginkel was still on the team. I really do, but he's not. I wish him the best.
Yeah,
I wish
I
Chris
agree.
Williams the best.
So,
You get attached to these players.
I think he's the only one that'll come back. Like I believe that Gink, he left because the same thing would have happened with Sealer. They played and they got paid, and he went and got paid and have great season, and he'll come back and retire with us because of the business aspect of the NFL, where these guys don't get compensated as much in certain given certain circumstances. So I think in retrospect, right now, we should have kept Van Ginkel. Like if we're talking about right now with the money we have today and how we have it maneuvering and stuff like that, we should have kept Van Ginkel. But had we had Van Ginkel now, I don't think we would have been able to see the growth of a potential Chop Robinson, Kamara, or even a Tyndall. So it's bittersweet. But I agree with you. I miss Van Ginkel. He was the unsung hero of the team, if you may.
Right.
Yeah. Good point. Like Durham Smythe, like he does all the dirty work with, blocking. He's kind of unsung hero. He's a leader in the tight end room. Tight ends room.
You're gonna get these guys started, Lisa. You just set up a bomb with these guys. These are the Durham Smythe apologists. These guys love.
Y'all are gonna be so sick of me on the timeline after this.
Oh man.
Y'all gonna be sick of me on the timeline. Let's go up.
We were doing so well, Lisa. We were doing so great.
And now we're doing even better. That's awesome. Thank you, Lisa, for saying that.
Let me ask my last question to Lisa, and I'm done. Lisa, we win the division. Boom. We win the 1 seed. We host the home field advantage in the AFC.
Goosebumps.
We gotta knock off one team to get to the Super Bowl.
Goosebumps.
What are you knocking off to get to the Super Bowl in the conference? From the Pittsburghs to the Ravens.
I would love to knock off. I have goosebumps with you saying that, like playing in the AFC Championship game. But give me Buffalo or KC to knock either one of those off. Oh my God, that would be unbelievable. Let's go.
Lisa, we gonna clip
it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. We ain't playing no games, man. No easy routes. We're in the big boys out. We want the big boys out, man. Let's go.
Lisa.
Hey,
can you imagine Hard Rock Stadium? Oh my God, it'll be insane.
It'll be crazy. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Lisa.
I know you guys Dolphin fans. Like you guys. No, I don't want to be disrespectful, but The Rock has never rocked like the Canes fans had them thing rocking when the Canes whenever the Canes are at the cusp, they make it rock. I'm telling you, if the Dolphins get a playoff championship game, you're gonna hear The Rock in the hood. It's gonna be insane because you're gonna.
Oh my God, it's gonna be
Oh, it's gonna be euphoria.
It's gonna be.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's happening. This is our year, baby. This is our year.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go,
Lisa.
Man.
Thank you again for coming and hanging out with us. I have much more questions to ask, but we can do that either on the back channel or we can just bring you back next time. Thank you again.
Before she leaves, do you have any charity work that you want to get out here with people so we could donate? We're probably gonna do some stuff where we could get raffles and stuff like that. Get the fans involved and all that good stuff.
Thank you so much for asking. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank you so much for having me on. It's an honor and a privilege. Thank you so much for asking me, inviting me on the show. And I have to give a shout out to our Dolphins community. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. I have nothing but love for you. Your support for me means the world to me. I would not be on here. No one would care asking me any questions if it weren't for all of you. Together we make a great team. And I just appreciate you all so much. You have no idea. You inspire me. You have me out riding my bike. You say I inspire you. You all are pushing me every step of the way, inspiring me. And I just have nothing but love for our community. And I just thank you so much. And the number one charity event that I do, well, it's an initiative called the Dolphins Cancer Challenge, which is a movement to raise much needed funds for life-saving, innovative cancer research for Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center. we've raised over $75 million. It started with like 400 participants in 2010, and now we have over 7,000 participants. They just partnered up with the V Foundation, who committed $30 million over the next 10 years, which is unbelievable. It's if you want to learn more about it, you can send me a DM. Fanatic, FINATIC 1972 on Instagram and Twitter, or you can go to dcc.donordrive.com, I think it is, or you can just go to dolphins.com and search for Dolphins Cancer Challenge. It's the #1 fundraising event in the NFL. It's amazing. The money, I lost my mom to cancer, my biggest cheerleader, and she still inspires me every day. She always will. Like I said at the beginning, she may not physically be here, but she's definitely, I could feel her presence. And the money that's raised for the Dolphins Cancer Challenge, it gives Sylvester the opportunity to retain some of the best scientists in the world, and they're just doing remarkable work. You know, we're losing too many people to cancer, and the goal of Sylvester is to have a world where there is no cancer, because whether cancer affects everyone, whether you have it or not, and we want to have a world without cancer. And another great thing about Sylvester is 100% of the money that is raised from the Dolphins Cancer Challenge, 100% of those funds go directly to Sylvester. And they don't just keep the information from all their discoveries to themselves. They share all of this. So I've personally sent so many people to Sylvester, and together they are saving lives every day. And for me, unless the Dolphins were to be in the Super Bowl, my favorite day of the year, which this in 2025, it's going to be on February 22nd. There's no better. That's my most meaningful day of the year, is the day of the event. And it's just seeing our community come together, like 50 to 100 Dolphins players and staff, and seeing our community and people from all over the world coming down, whether it's virtual or they actually fly down for the event, is unbelievable. A lot of tears are shed, but it's awesome. And I want to send love and prayers to a great friend of mine, Maria Yukulo, who was just put in hospice 3 days ago. My heart goes out to so hard to her and her family. She has fought cancer like you cannot believe. She was diagnosed 7 months ago, has the best attitude, and stories like these, they're shared with me all the time, and it just pushes me to do more. And I could never do what I do without all of you out there. So nothing but love for you. Mwah.
Hey,
Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's very hard work, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot. My dad had it, so yeah. Everybody, some way, somehow, we're on.
I'm so sorry.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Listen, we got to keep keeping on. But yeah, people like you make it easier for a lot of people that are thinking about hesitating on a day. So we appreciate the hard work that you put up every day.
Let me just say something, because a lot of people say thanking me for my hard work, but let me tell you, to me, it's not hard work at all. To me, it's a blessing to be able to do what I do And I can say it 1,000 times. I cannot do what I do without everybody out there. I'm just one person. No one can do anything by themselves. I have so much support. Last year I had like 524 donations. That's insane. I mean, whether someone is volunteering, participating, riding 99 miles, 54, 39, 13, whether they do the 5K, whether they donate, or whether they participate virtually, together, we all come together, and that's why we are one team, one fight. And no one could do anything by themselves. I certainly can't. And for me, it's a blessing. And as long as I'm breathing, I will be spreading the word. Yes, I rode my bike, a little before coming on to the show, but I'm always representing the Dolphins, whether it's wearing one of the DCC jerseys, or that's all I wear, or a Dolphin t-shirt or whatever every day. My brother calls me a walking billboard. So, it's all love, all love for the community.
And we appreciate you for it, man.
Yes, we really do. And thank you again for joining us. Appreciate you again. Everybody, please follow Lisa on Twitter. So every time I see your tweets, I get excited. I don't know. I retweet you a couple times. But yeah, I'm glad that you were able to come and hang out with us. So thank you again.
Me too. Me too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alrighty. I appreciate you. All love, guys.
All right.
You have a good night. Thank you.
Have a great night. And fins up. Let's get it.
Fins up, baby.
Fins up. Pay Tua. Pay Tua.
Let's get him the bag. Let's go.
Fins up. And go. Yeah, pay Tua. Yeah.
You definitely pay Tua.
For sure.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
Yes, you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, great show. Appreciate y'all for coming through. French, thank you, good sir.
And French.
Wally, thank you, good sir.
Appreciate you for taking my takes. Hey, man,
Here we go.
Lisa, this is a great. This is probably one of my favorite shows, man. Like the past two shows that we had. Big E and Lisa, great human beings, man. That's amazing, man. Football is fun, like X's and O's and all of that, but if you could just chop it up about life and stuff like that, that's always fun, man. I love that, man.
Get to know the people that be out there every day cheering for the team, whether they win or lose, man. So I appreciate them for coming through. Once again, guys, thank you all for coming through. Please be on the lookout. If you missed the show, we'll have it on YouTube. And if you are not on YouTube, we also have it on podcast. So please be on the lookout for our content.
A lot of good stuff.
Yes, raffle.
We got a raffle. We got a raffle out. Maybe we got a nice shirt out. You know what I'm saying? Representing Raheem Mostert. The proceeds are gonna go to his charity. So I mean, we about this charity work, but we about the people. We're about the average Joe, man. We pod with a you know what I'm saying? We here to pod with a purpose. You feel me? So,
pod with a purpose. I like that.
You feel
Y'all
me?
hear that?
You know what I'm saying? We do that. We do this. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a shirt out there, man. Get in the raffle, man. Don't cost nothing. I know a lot of y'all got money. I see the way y'all was acting this weekend, so y'all got money. So let's do. It's not for anybody. You know what I mean? It's for a cause.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Like French's Mint mobile phone, we'll disconnect and we'll be back another episode.
Fist for the win.
Fist for the win. Y'all have a good night, man. Fins up.